I just got back from California studying with my guru, Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, and I'm convinced that this is a good path toward what it finally led to Christianity for me. So I can say I'm a Christian who practices Tai Chi and yoga and meditation and that sort of thing. Before 9/11/2001, I weighed 400 pounds and I couldn't even say the word God. And so I've changed significantly. About that time, I set a purpose in life to encourage people by leading a healthy life, and I've been doing that ever since. And I've helped numerous people in all sorts of situations. I have 5 Chinese daughters that I've taught the way, meaning, well, in yoga you don't even have to believe in a God. There's a scientific method for getting past the physical to the spiritual, but it doesn't have to be airy-fairy spiritual. Whatever your higher source is, so I just call it source or the Tao or Chi. And this is a long way to go to say I got to go to court Tuesday, and I'm a little bit puzzled about it. I had 6 little, not even maybe 2 grams of THC, which is a Indian medicine, clearly been before the Supreme Court in Boyd or Boyle versus Utah, and affirmed by the Supreme Court. And I had about $5 worth of cocaine, which obviously I forgot. And obviously I don't use cocaine. I just, a guy gave it to me at a party or a gathering, and I didn't want to throw it down, so I stuck it in my wallet, and I forgot about it. So no cocaine addict, because I've been one, is going to have a little bit of cocaine left. They're going to snort it. They search and search and search for it, and I've been there and done that. And you really couldn't pay me to do cocaine. I did try it, and it was just terrible. And also, I had some Molly when the Homeland Security came. They declared me as a involved party, but obviously I was not innocent of doing anything but trying to help people again. The guy had told me no one was watching it. I knew it was against the law somehow, but it seemed harmless, especially the way I was doing it. I really never sold any because I had to be careful, because somebody could, if they have heart problems, they can, it could kill them. So I was very careful about who I would give it to or sell it to. So I made no money. And the total amount of drugs now, since the prices have gone down, are worth maybe $1,000 total. And I gave it all back. But they also found, again, my Indian medicine, some THC in grass, in the form of grass, and then 5 or 9 or 8 ampules, or little bottles, which you put in the vape pipe, and it smokes just like the medical marijuana. And funny enough, I've given up smoking everything for at least a month now, just to show myself that I'm not addicted, and it feels really good. This is up to 4 minutes already. I just think our system has gone crazy. So I'm going to court for maybe $30 worth of medicine and drugs. We call them medicine and drugs in America. It's really NOAC, ONAC, Okaloosa National Church. And it's been to the Supreme Court. I have a right to have those. I want them back, even though I'm not smoking. Also, I hurt my shoulder. They put my arm behind my back. I had an operation, and since I rode in the police car, my shoulder's been sore ever since. I told him that, and he just told me to shut up. My wife heard him talking to me rough. I asked to not speak, and I went in, not speak, not eat, not drink. I went in, and I started shaking my head in a very cooperative way, and he got upset and touched my arm and pushed it down to let me know. And he said, "Uncooperative prisoner." And then they put me in a cell, or a holding cell, for 3 hours with no water. So I drank out of the commode, cleaned it really well, as good as I could. Then I cleaned the whole cell like Gandhi would. It's just because I want to, well, I wanted to stay busy, and I wanted to leave places better than I found it. That's what the Indians do. That's what the other Indians do. That's what any good people do. The second amount of drugs we're talking about, or medicine, is I had some Molly, but in there was some real Molly and there was some fake Molly. I was keeping the fake Molly just to show the guy that I got it from that it was crap Molly. We about died. We did use it in a therapy session. Both of us about felt like we were going to die. The only way we could settle down was to smoke a cigarette, and that made us feel even worse. And so that total amount of Molly is it's not worth anything. The good Molly I'd had since the very first time I tried it, because it doesn't take much for me, and that was real Molly, and the other was cut with who knows what. But I obviously was not going to take it. It was sitting there open. I offered it to the police. I even told Homeland Security about it before I knew they were in there searching. And I told them the story about it. We help people. It's what we've done since I got to Florida. Some friends and I help each other taking the Molly, have what we call sessions, and then talk about our problems. And I'm really good at this, so I take it even farther. I am ready to go to jail. Like, nothing can really bother me or keep me. They can't take my Tai Chi away from me. They can't take my happiness. They can't take what I know. And if I go to jail, I'll teach Tai Chi and meditation, become a jailhouse lawyer. But I can't see a judge putting me in jail for that amount of drugs or medicine. And again, I do want my sacred medicine back, even though I'm not smoking it. And I could not call out of there, so I want the civil rights of people in the jail taken care of. The line there is only called landline. My wife doesn't have a landline, so she drove all the way out there. I was not able to remain silent. They torqued my shoulder. I should have never been arrested. I asked them 10 times to look at the card. I also told Homeland Security. They came and they saw my room. They saw all my spiritual paintings, and everything in my house is about spirituality, especially in my so-called part of the house. I've been drawing about transformation, been drawing called soul paintings for since 2008, I believe. And I've had my mind on one thing, is transformation, and I've done it in body, mind, and spirit. So I'm a world champion Tai Chi player in the Orlando tournament. There are several world championships. But I'm really good, and I'm really getting the hang of it and enjoying it. So this is up to 10 minutes, so let's just stop it there, and I know something good is going to come from all this.